The governor announcing Kentucky will join a lawsuit over federal guidelines on transgender students in school. We have reaction to the decision.
Cars and homes destroyed in Wayne County when gently flowing brooks became mighty rushing rivers Thursday afternoon.
How bicyclists taking part in a huge weekend event will honor a fellow rider hit and killed during last year's event.
This is WKYT News at 5.
Kentucky will join a lawsuit against the federal government over guidelines issued on transgender students in schools.
Governor Bevin made the announcement this afternoon. The action also fueled the ongoing feud between the Republican governor and his Democratic attorney general. WKYT's Garrett Weimer is live here in Lexington with our top story at 5. Garrett?
Well, Fayette County schools say they've been in compliance with those guidelines all along. That's not the case for some other school districts. As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see. Governor Matt Bevin's announcement that his administration will join the lawsuit against the federal government has provoked strong reactions from all sides this afternoon. Some are now applauding the governor for fighting back against what they call a federal power grab and overreach. Others say it puts the Commonwealth on the wrong side of history.
Parents, educators, local government officials need to be the ones making these decisions, and to not only attempt to take control of those decisions, but to threaten local government local school funding if they don't comply is just abhorrent for me.
That's the worst part about it, is we're attempting to stop the federal government's reach to bring fairness, to bring dignity, to bring respect to a group of citizens that just seems to be the latest punching bag by certain folks in government.
Governor Bevin called out Attorney General Andy Beshear, saying he's unwilling to protect Kentucky's control over local issues. AG Beshear says the governor never talked to him about that issue and accuses Bevin of, quote, playing politics. Live in Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
WKYT political editor Bill Bryant says more tough talk between the governor and the attorney general could be an ongoing theme as a result of disagreements over the law and public policy. It is going to be a warm and muggy holiday weekend.
I know many folks out there will have plans to be at the pool, the lake, and the rivers. You might have to dodge a storm or two out there, so be careful. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is here with a check of that forecast. Jim?
And we are going to have those rain chances around, guys, but the good news is it's not going to be a complete washout. Yeah, it's an issue because we're going to have some showers and thunderstorms, but you will have some dry time out there as well. We look to the outside with our sky cam. We've been socked in with clouds, a little sunshine through most of the day, and a little on the humid side as well. That's been the case for the past few days. Matter of fact, it's even making our actual feels like temperature bump up a little bit. Feels like 86 degrees out there with that humidity that's currently in place. It's going to get a little bit worse, too, as we head into the weekend, it looks like. Let's look at our Defender Radar Network, where we have some showers, thunderstorms sweeping into southern parts of Kentucky and out into eastern Kentucky as well. We've been watching this particular area from parts of Johnson into Magoffin and Breathitt County for a little while. Produces some heavy rains and some lightning, thunder also associated with that one. Same thing happening for folks down in Hazard with a good heavy rainmaker, and these are slow moving as well. And I'm not talking about any flood issues or anything like that, but we're certainly tracking those showers and storms. More lifting in from Tennessee, and it will continue. Focus on the forecast, though, guys. Here's what we're looking at. Memorial Day weekend will certainly look the part of the unofficial start to summer with steamy conditions and storms around the area. I'll break it all down with our hour-by-hour run coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, this time yesterday we were talking about it, storms dumping a lot of rain in a short amount of time.
And those heavy showers led to some damaging flash floods in Wayne County. Now many people have a mess to clean up this holiday weekend. Phil Pendleton talked to some of the people dealing with the flooding's aftermath.
The problems here on Highway 167, about 4 miles from Monticello, began about 3:30 yesterday afternoon. The emergency management director tells me they had nearly 2 inches of rain in a short amount of time. And this valley here was like a rushing river.
This was her home, and now she don't have anything.
Connie Foster could only watch as the creek below her home suddenly turned into a river with rapids Thursday, and cars, trailers, and debris started stacking on top of one another. Her daughter barely got out of her home before it was knocked loose and slammed into a tree.
Finally, she opened the door and I told her, I said, you have to get out of there. It's coming off the blocks. It's washing you away.
And here it is, everywhere.
Just up 167, Don Bertram's yard turned into a lake when the cloudburst sent a lot of water barreling down a hill. He says a normal rainfall would collect in this cave, but he says Thursday's was simply too much.
When I looked over here once, it was boiling up above it, probably 6 or 7 feet, bringing all this debris out.
The people who live here in this trailer tell me they do not have insurance. They say they do need help. Other people say they do have insurance to cover the loss of their cars. In Wayne County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
The emergency management director says they did have some road culverts and gravel washed away, but no major property damage to that county.
Well, 2 reasons. One, it would be...
Pretty incredible. A police dash cam there catching a dramatic sight during yesterday's storms. That's a bolt of lightning that hit while a McCracken County Sheriff's deputy drove through the storm. The lightning was so powerful it knocked the camera from its windshield mount. It also damaged a home. You'll hear from that deputy who was in the cruiser coming up on WKYT News at 6. Can't imagine being in that cruiser and seeing that happen.
Glad nobody was hurt.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, thousands of cyclists will be taking part in a Memorial Day tradition this weekend in central Kentucky. The Horsey 100 will be held in Scott County.
It is the first ride since a car hit and killed Lexington attorney Mark Hinkle during last year's event. As WKYT's Caitlin Sentner shows us, Hinkle will not be forgotten as cyclists take to the road this year.
A tragedy at the Horsey 100 after a cyclist was hit and killed. That driver, police say, was drunk behind the wheel, but Mark Hinkle will be with many cyclists along their ride. 2,500 cyclists expected for the 39th annual event, many of which will wear his name on their sleeves. The cyclists coming into Georgetown from all over the U.S. will be surrounded by law enforcement, each agency increasing its role in the ride. Departments have agreed to cross into different jurisdictions and take care of the riders. Event organizer Pam Thomas says ensured safety requires good communication between cyclists and drivers.
Motorists, when you see a cyclist, pretend that's someone you love. Pretend it's your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister or your kid and act accordingly. And I think if you do that, everybody will be safe.
Thomas said the safest place for these cyclists to ride in the roadway is actually 3 feet into the roadway. So if you're out driving, that's something to be mindful of. In Georgetown, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
A celebration for the Horsey 100 just kicked off minutes ago on the Georgetown College campus.
A man arrested for a standoff faces more charges. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Madison County. Berea police say that Gene Charlton barricaded himself inside a home on East Hayti Road on Wednesday. He had a woman and 2 children with him. Charlton is now charged with rape, sodomy, 3 counts of kidnapping, and violating an EPO. The standoff lasted for 9 hours before police talked Charlton out and tased him. A Laurel County jail nurse facing charges for giving contraband to an inmate. The jailer says that 49-year-old Larry Ridenauer gave a female inmate tobacco products. He worked at the jail through a contract medical service provider called Southern Health Partners. Ridenauer was jailed but has since posted bond.
If your holiday weekend plans include a road trip, you'll have plenty of company on the roads. More than 38 million people are expected to travel this Memorial Day weekend, the most in 11 years. Many drivers are also cashing in on lower gas prices. The national average is $2.26 a gallon.
We get probably, well, with the bikes and everything, probably only about 20 miles a gallon. So it's not as bad as it could be, but a lot cheaper than flying for 6.
Just in time for the travel holiday season, Lexington is debuting a new traffic camera system. We'll show you how it works on WKYT News at 6. The 3 major candidates for president are kicking off the holiday weekend on the campaign trail.
Democrats Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders still competing for every last delegate, while Republican Donald Trump is padding his margin of victory. Mark Albert is tracking today's campaign 2016 headlines.
Donald Trump campaigned Friday as the triumphant presumptive nominee, a day after he locked up the delegates needed.
We won by such big margins that we had knockouts, and we got the nomination.
The businessman is still on the road, though, holding 2 rallies in California, including this one in Fresno, where he focused on his likely Democratic opponent, Hillary Clinton.
Hillary is a disaster, folks. She has bad judgment. That was said by Bernie Sanders. He's given me a lot of my best lines.
Clinton has yet to lock up the nomination. She's focusing on California, where Bernie Sanders is giving her a run for her money ahead of that state's primary.
With your support, we can go into the Democratic National Convention with a great deal of momentum, and we can come out with the Democratic nomination.
Sanders whipped up supporters near Los Angeles, while Hillary Clinton attacked Trump in Oakland.
We can use the White House as a bully pulpit. We don't want a bully in the White House, but we can use the bully pulpit to talk about issues.
Clinton is looking to turn the page after a scathing State Department report found her use of a private email server while Secretary of State broke the rules. Mark Albert, CBS News, the White House.
Trump and Sanders had appeared to agree on a late-night TV show and on Twitter to debate each other in California. But then Trump demanded at least $10 million for charity. And now his advisors say it was all a joke and that the billionaire has no intention of debating the senator from Vermont. The president making a historic trip to Japan, how he honored the victims of the nuclear bombing in Hiroshima back in 1945.
If your child uses a sippy cup, it might be part of a major recall. We have the details in Better Living.
Kentucky mornings start here. Breaking and overnight news, weather to plan your day, plus traffic you can take with you. Make WKYT This Morning part of your Kentucky morning. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 on WKYT.
It's Furniture World Superstore's incredible Memorial Day sale. Everyone knows that Memorial Day is the time to buy new furniture, and no sale is bigger than Furniture World's Memorial Day sale. Low holiday prices store-wide, half off furniture for every room, and the lowest priced mattresses in Kentucky, plus 2 years interest-free. And you don't have to choose, you get both. People wait for this kind of sale. Well, the waiting is over. This is the one, the Memorial Day sale at all Furniture World Superstore locations.
I've been a pizza maker for over 30 years. Believe me, pizza love just doesn't get any deeper than this.
Get ready for our thickest, crispiest pizza ever. Papa John's new pan pizza, loaded with cheese that spills over the edge and bakes into a crunchy, delicious crust. Get our new pan pizza with up to 3 toppings for just $10.
Better ingredients, better pizza. PapaJohns.com.
Are you ready? Saturday, May 28th, only in E-Town. It's Barbecue Blues and Bikes, brought to you by the Elizabethtown Heritage Council. Kicking off with Thunder into E-Town, benefiting the Elizabethtown Police Foundation. Downtown streets will be buzzing with families, sizzling barbecue, smoking blues, and thousands of bikes. With live music on 2 stages. It's fun for the entire family. Saturday, May 28th, Barbecue Blues and Bikes. Couldn't do it without our sponsors. Don't miss it.
Looking for the best boat your money can buy? Check out Tracker, Nitro, Sun Tracker, and Tahoe boats. Backed by the best factory warranties in the business. And Tracker is holding the line on pricing. Most 2016 boats are at or below last year's prices. Like the 2016 Tracker Pro Team 190TX for $1,100 below the 2014 price. 2016 boats at 2015 prices. At the Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boating Center in Corbin.
Hey y'all, Buddy here. You know, construction at the new Madison County Ford is a big job, requiring skilled workers, attention to detail, and teamwork.
Who was that guy?
That's just Buddy, the construction guy. He's working on the new dealership.
Oh.
New 2016 Ford Fusions as low as $18,990 or save with 0% financing for 60 months. Ford F-150s save up to $10,000 off MSRP.
Hey Chief, you're running low on donuts, man. Madison County Ford, home with a big deal.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on Mix 94.5. Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Here we go into the holiday weekend, a 3-day for many people Chris Bailey being one of those. Anyway, but we're going to be tracking showers, thunderstorms, a little heat and humidity throughout the whole thing. Let's get to some of these headlines and break them down for you. That soupy feel will certainly be in the area for you on this holiday weekend, and we'll throw the storms in as well. Let's break it down. Let's break down the entire holiday weekend forecast for you as we look ahead here. We're talking about chances of showers and some thunderstorms lurking in the area. Around 83 degrees, I think, tomorrow. We get to 84 on Sunday, and Memorial Day itself, we're around 83 again. Now, here's the deal with Memorial Day. I think it has the smallest chance of rain the entire duration of the weekend, so smaller rain chances. Not that on any one of these days we're going to see just nonstop rain, but we will have the chance around the area. Very little change, too, not only for the weekend, but even into next week. We're going to keep the daily mention of showers and storms alive and well throughout the whole thing. What we have out there right now, showers, thunderstorms, mainly across parts of eastern Kentucky. Now, these aren't packing a big-time severe weather punch, but they are bringing some heavier rain and a little bit of lightning. Lifting through Sayersville, moving along the Mountain Parkway, one passing through Paintsville just a little while ago, now heading into the Flat Gap area, and we keep tracking rain through Breathitt and down into Hazard as well there in Perry County. Along Highway 15, we're tracking some heavy rain in between Hazard and Jackson. This is one we've been watching for a while that's now crossing over from Tennessee, getting into Bell County with heavier rain now pushing into Middlesboro, and a few more scattered showers and storms for the folks there in Whitley County. Now we're going to start to see maybe a few more dotting the skies and dotting our radar over the next few hours here. It's right now 84 degrees in Lexington, 84 in London. Look what's happened with the rain, though, in Middlesboro. They're now down to 79. That's what you'll get. And you'll get that this weekend as well. If you get caught under the shower storm, naturally, you'll have that rain-cooled air. Still tracking rain around the area at 7 o'clock, but notice what happens as we head deeper into the hour by hour. Rain chances start to disappear through the overnight, and then we get into the day tomorrow. Scattered chances of showers and storms. We've got a front driving in on us. It never makes it into Kentucky, but what will happen is some showers and storms that are associated with that front will stay alive even into the early morning hours on Sunday. So I don't think that we're just going to see our rain chances disappear like a normal summer-like pattern as we head into the evening hours on Saturday, because we look like we will track a few more as we get into Sunday. And there you see that daily threat alive and well into next week. And when you see 68, 69 at night, by the way, that means it is very humid night, so be prepared for that as well.
Kind of a typical May in Kentucky, though, isn't it? Pretty much.
That's where we're supposed to be,
Yeah.
you know, with the soupiness and, of course, the showers and storms.
Okay. Thanks, Jim.
Okay.
All right, it is getaway day for a lot of folks. Let's get a check of traffic on this busy travel day. We have a couple of crashes here in Lexington right now. There's one on Nicholasville Road at Tiverton Way. There's also a crash on New Circle and Russell Cave. So be careful out there as you hit the road on this Friday. A recall of dangerous airbags is being expanded again. We'll tell you how many vehicles are now involved.
A man accused in a prostitution ring enters a plea deal. We'll tell you what he agreed to on WKYT News at 5:30.
Taller grass has fewer weeds and needs less water. Mow better, Lexington.
Hi, Shane Huffman with Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort, where today you can lease a brand new 2016 Honda CR-V for just $259 a month. Plus, we're going to back all our deals with our 110% price protection guarantee. That's Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort. Huffman has it.
Attention Kentucky, Burke Furniture's semi-annual inventory reduction sale has been held over for a second big week. A sale so great we can afford to slash prices this low only 2 times a year. Up to 75% off name brand furniture. We must sell over $1 million of incredible inventory immediately. Sofas, recliners, bedroom and dining, and a huge selection of mattresses. Plus, get 0% interest for 12 months. Burke Furniture's semi-annual inventory reduction sale on Richmond Road behind Hardee's. Now held over for a second big week.
Kentucky lottery sales have funded grants and scholarships for over 500,000 Kentucky college students. So every time you play, the Commonwealth wins.
Fueling imagination.
Funding education.
Meet Mazda. Meet your baby's first ride. Meet the best car for your precious cargo. Meet your first school bus. Meet your companion for the big moments. And meet the people who make it easy to fall in love with Mazda. Meet your new Mazda CX-5 at Paul Miller Mazda and get 0% financing for 36 months. Point, click, drive at paulmillermazda.com.
How do you craft the world's finest bed? It starts with luxurious materials, with attention to every detail. For quality you can feel, the same quality you've come to expect at Sleep Outfitters, where now you can save up to $600 on select Stearns & Foster mattresses. Plus, get 0% APR financing for 60 months. When you lie down on a Stearns & Foster bed, you'll appreciate everything we've put in, making it that much harder to get out. Stearns & Foster, available at Sleep Outfitters.
Hi, Shane Huffman with Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort, where today you can lease a brand new 2016 Honda CRV for just $259 a month. Plus, we're going to back all our deals with our 110% price protection guarantee. That's Neil Huffman Honda in Frankfort. Huffman has it.
When severe storms roll in, we go to work to keep you and your family safe with continuous coverage on air, on WKYT.com, and wherever you are with our news and weather apps. First Alert Severe Weather Days, only on WKYT.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
President Obama became the first sitting president to visit Hiroshima, Japan today. 140,000 people died there in 1945 when the U.S. dropped the first of 2 atomic bombs to end World War II. The president joined Japan's prime minister in a laying of the wreath in memory of the victims. President Obama says he hopes Hiroshima would be seen as the dawn of a moral awakening.
Among those nations like my own that hold nuclear stockpiles, we must have the courage to escape the logic of fear and pursue a world without them.
Both leaders also viewed an eternal flame to the victims and visited with bombing survivors.
Crews have narrowed their search for a jetliner that crashed last week. Egypt Air Flight 804 went down over the Mediterranean Sea during a flight from Paris to Cairo. All 66 people aboard died. Signals from the plane's emergency beacon have narrowed the search to a 3-mile wide area. Crews are trying to locate the plane and its black boxes so they can figure out what caused it to go down. The massive recall of Takata airbags is getting even bigger. 8 automakers are recalling another 12 million vehicles. Those companies include Honda, Toyota, Ferrari, and Mitsubishi. The airbags can explode with so much force they can injure or kill people in the car. So far, they've been linked to nearly a dozen deaths.
People in Texas have spent the day cleaning up from rounds of severe storms and flooding. Up to 14 inches of rain fell across the southeastern part of the state yesterday, causing waters to quickly rise. One man and his wife had a close call while watching the storm from their window.
Right after I said this is getting bad, a limb punched through the ceiling next to us. Right after that, this happened. It's pretty bad, and it was really, really scary.
During the storm, the National Weather Service issued a flash flood emergency for only the 3rd time. The previous 2 times were during the Memorial Day 2015 flood and the April 2016 Tax Day flood.
The hurricane outlook has been released, and it predicts there will be 10 to 16 named storms this season. There's a 45% chance of a normal season, a 30% chance of an above normal season, and a 25% chance of a below normal season. Hurricane season, by the way, officially begins June 1st and runs for 6 months. A 7-year-old was not letting 2 robbers get away without a fight. The boy's parents brought him to a GameStop in Maryland to buy a gift for a friend's birthday last week. The robbers came in while the family was there. Surveillance video shows the boy throwing punches at one of the suspects during the robbery. Despite the boy's efforts, the men still got away with some cash. All right, a team from UK among the first to be allowed to use drones for their experiments. We'll show you their unique research on WKYT News at 5:30.
Want to save energy and money? By replacing an older refrigerator or freezer, you can save hundreds of dollars on your energy costs. And we'll pick up and recycle the old one for free. Turn that old appliance into cash. To To schedule your pickup, call today. A message from Kentucky's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Welcome to Toyota. When you're riding through the plant, you'll get a chance to see the robots and you'll get a chance to see how everything kind of ties together. It's really like a symphony between people and machines. But when you look into the face of our team members, I think you'll see people that genuinely love what they do. They genuinely love their product. And I believe that translates into the phenomenal products that we make for each one of you as our customers.
Plan your free tour today at visittoyotaky.com.
A season pass to Kentucky Kingdom is only $59.95. And with benefits like free parking and dollar drinks, a season pass pays for itself in just one visit. And enjoy the rest of the summer for free. Stop by your local Kroger store to get yours today. But hurry, offer ends soon.
Fire up the grill this week with fresh Purdue boneless chicken breasts for just $1.99 a pound. And whole seedless watermelons are $3.99 each at Kroger.
It's here, the 24th annual RV sale at Kentucky Horse Park Campgrounds. Over 100 new and used diesel pushers, motorhomes, van campers, travel trailers, fifth wheels, and toy haulers. They're all here and priced to sell. Travel trailers from $99.99. New motorhomes from $69.99. Everything from diesel pushers to van campers, fifth wheels to sport utility trailers to haul your toys. This once-a-year event has something for everybody. Special financing rates, factory rebates, factory representatives. Great deals from May 20th to June 5th. Kentucky Horse Park Campground, exit 120 off I-75. Follow the signs. Sponsored by Northside RVs.
It's Furniture World Superstore's incredible Memorial Day sale. Everyone knows that Memorial Day is the time to buy new furniture, and no sale is bigger than Furniture World's Memorial Day sale. Low holiday prices store-wide, half off furniture for every room, and the lowest priced mattresses in Kentucky, plus 2 years interest-free. And you don't have to choose, you get both. People wait for this kind of sale. Well, the waiting is over. This is the one, the Memorial Day sale at all Furniture World Superstore locations.
At Paul Miller Ford, we want all our customers to drive happy.
I am Paul Miller's #1 fan.
My experience buying a car from Paul Miller was great. They were very friendly. My salesman was awesome.
That's why we're honored to win our 3rd Ford President's Award for Customer Satisfaction.
Head on down to Paul Miller. They will take care of you and treat you right.
Come visit our President's Award sales event and save with 0% financing for 60 months on select Ford vehicles like Bill's. Point, click, drive at paulmillerford.com.
It is time now for Better Living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. A recall alert today for a popular brand of sippy cups. More than 3 million Tommy Tippy sippy cups have been recalled because their valves can get moldy. There have been more than 3,000 reports of mold, and nearly 70 children have gotten sick from the problem. The cups were sold at stores nationwide from December 2014 through this month. We have information for you on what to do if you have one. Go to WKYT.com. The Food and Drug Administration has approved a new treatment to fight opioid addiction. It consists of 4 drug-filled matchstick-sized rods implanted in the upper arm. The implant dispenses the drug to opioid addicts over a 6-month period to discourage drug abuse. The FDA says it should be used as part of a complete treatment program that includes counseling and psychological support. Robots have long been the stuff of science fiction and state-of-the-art research centers. Now, as Brooke Silva Braga shows us, building your own robotic friend right at home is within reach.
Are you ready? Let's play Simon Says.
How's this for a science project? Students at the Stevens Institute of Technology built a moving, talking Simon Says playing robot.
Her name is Sarah, actually.
Even more incredible is how easily a robot like Sarah can be created with a $300 3D printer.
I will now move my index finger.
Sarah is now on display at the Liberty Science Center in New Jersey.
She is all 3D print parts, so even her eyes, her ears, every part, over 500 parts.
Students printed her limbs, joints, bones, and other mechanical parts in PVC plastic. The technology is being used more and more in the medical world, from implants at the dentist's office to low-cost prosthetics.
If you can imagine something.
Professor Kishore Pojiraju oversaw Sarah's creation and says the ability to print stronger, more flexible plastics will lead to even greater possibilities.
They're no longer parts that are for visual purposes only. They are actually very functional.
The center hopes Sarah will inspire the next generation of scientists.
If you want to make me and you have a 3D printer, you would better get started.
Brooke Silva Braga for CBS News, Jersey City, New Jersey.
Pretty cool. The 8 pounds of raw plastic used to make a robot like Sarah cost about $2,000. Now, here's what's coming up at 5:30.